Hi everybody, welcome back. Now today's video is going to be slightly different. We're going to open a series of videos with this one, and we're going to be hovering around the same subject matter. Now, many people, including us, like to watch a bit of television whilst we're away in the caravan. We don't usually watch it at home, so we watch it whilst we're away. It's a bit of a treat for us. But we get lots of questions about televisions in general, and we're going to open up this series of videos talking about TVs. Now today we're going to talk about why you should bother buying a 12-volt television, and we're going to follow up with some extra videos including how to find satellite signal, how to get good TV reception, some hints and tips on getting online services such as Netflix and Amazon Prime, and then we're also going to do a project where I install extra TV points in our caravan. And if there is a topic based around TVs that you'd like us to cover off, put them in the comments below and we'll add them into the mix of videos that we're going to create over the next few months. Now, just to be clear, this isn't a sponsored video by any stretch of the imagination, but we are going to be featuring our Avtex TV and our soundbar quite heavily over these series of videos, which brings me on to the next subject. Lots of people ask us what TV we have, and we have the Avtex TV. I think it's the Pro 9 series. And if you would like us to do a review about that TV, if you'd like us to show you the features of it and how we find it as customers of Avtex, let me know again in the comments below and we'll happily add a review for you. So the reason why I'm doing this video is a number of reasons. First of all, we get asked this question quite a lot. Should I buy a 12-volt TV? They're a little bit more expensive. And also, I was listening to a couple at the NEC back in October, and they were having a particularly spiky conversation, and they were trying to ascertain why they should buy a 12-volt television that they were looking at on the stand, or whether they should just pop down to Curry's and buy one of the cheap portable TVs for considerably less money. Now, for me, it was a no-brainer buying a 12-volt television. Some of the advantages it gives me is quite obvious, but for many, maybe those reasons aren't so clear. So I thought, well, in this video, I'll go through the top 3 reasons why you should buy a 12-volt portable television. So the first reason, well, of course, it all hangs around that phrase, 12 volts. And what are we actually talking about here? Well, you see, if the caravan is not connected to electric hookup, let's say, for example, we're off-grid, there's no mains voltage coming through the caravan. Sure, you can create mains voltage by use of an inverter, and if you want to know that and how inverters work, there's a great video that I produced many moons ago about that subject. But typically, the only voltage you have in a caravan is what comes out of the leisure battery, and that is 12 volts. So if you've got no mains hookup and you've only got 12 volts, well, obviously the TV's not going to work. So 12-volt TVs are designed to work off of the power that the battery, leisure battery, produces in the caravan. Now, the next subject we're going to talk about is some of the features that these televisions have built into them. Our TV, for instance, has a satellite receiver built into it, and that means that if we connect a very inexpensive satellite dish, and there's a video coming about this in the next few weeks, we can connect a satellite dish to it, swing it around, no subscription required, and we can watch clear digital television whilst we're in the middle of nowhere. Other features which these TVs have, they have lots of HDMI sockets, USB playback and inbuilt DVD players as well, all designed to be a very compact little system so it doesn't take up a lot of space. Now, another thing to consider is that these TVs have some fairly clever power management in them. In fact, ours actually displays the power and the voltage on the screen if we so want it to. Of course, screen sizes are another thing as well. Screen sizes can vary depending on your requirements. At the moment we've got a 21-inch, and that's a step up for our previous TV which we had, which was 18 inches. When we got the new caravan, we decided to get a new TV, just have it a little bit bigger because the TV is further away from us. Features which aren't usually talked about are simple things like this: being able to retune the TV straight away. You see there's a big red button there that if you press and hold that, the TV retunes. So it's very straightforward. So if you arrive at a different location, you arrive at somewhere else that you haven't got a Scooby-Doo what the signal is and you need to retune your TV, press that button, off it goes, and you could be setting up the caravan whilst the TV's tuning itself in. It's simple things like that designed to help people who are away in a caravan in a location they don't know what sort of reception they're going to get. There is no denying that these things do cost more money. They cost maybe twice, maybe 3 times the amount that you have something that you would buy for the house. But you see, the ones for the house are not really designed to be used in mobile environments. Sure, if you're on an electric hookup, you can plug them in and off you go, but they're not really designed to work in mobile environments. Certainly, they're not designed to be shaken about, vibrated. They're certainly not designed to take higher moisture levels or humidity that these things really are. You see, these things are designed to be shaken about. You can be a little bit more abusive with them. I mean, sure, I'm not saying throw them around, but you can be a little bit more candid with them. You don't need to be so precious with them. TVs for the house, for instance, well, they're just designed to just sit in one place and that's it. The components inside of these televisions are potted, they're tightly screwed down, and they're sealed into the back of the television so that they are really stubbornly stuck in. Trust me, you won't be able to fiddle around with the insides of one of these too easily. So there we go. So there's my top 3 topics of reasons why you should consider a 12-volt television. Now I'll leave the discussion open to you. What are the reasons why you would buy one, or why are the reasons you wouldn't buy one? Is it just cost? Is there other factors? What are the reasons behind it? Let me know in the comments below, because this is a discussion and maybe we can help other people to finalise and make a decision as to why they should bother buying one or not buying one, as the case may be. So that's it from me today. I hope this hasn't been too waffly, this video, for you, and I hope that it's stimulated some conversation. So let your voices be heard. Put your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll look forward to see you in the next series of videos. We're going to obviously, like I said, do a few videos about televisions from here onwards, so we'll add them into a custom television based playlist. So that's it from me today. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the nice non-snow weather. Speak to you soon. Take care now. Bye bye.